The way I see it, a good solo is like a story. You've got notes, those are the words. If you put some notes back to back together that sound good, it's a phrase. And if you put some words and phrases together, you get sentences and paragraphs. And today I'm going to show you my 5 favorite phrases from all along the Watchtower so you can bust them out in any musical situation you may find yourself in. Now you have a choice here. You can tune down a half step to be like Jimmy, which I'm going to do because I personally find it easier to think in C sharp minor rather than C minor, or you can just do everything I'm doing but 1 fret lower. If you choose to tune down a half step, your E string will become D sharp or E flat. Your A string will become G sharp or A flat. Your D string will become D flat or C sharp. Reverse the order on you there. Your G string will become G flat or F sharp. Your B string turns into B flat or A sharp. And your E string D sharp or E flat. And then you will be tuned 1 half step down. In order to be able to bust these moves out in any musical situation, we need to take it from, just memorizing strings and frets to knowing what the key of the song is and what scale is being used so that you can do the same thing in a different key, for instance. This song uses C sharp minor, B, and A, and that's it. And hence uses the C sharp minor pentatonic scale 3 shapes. The first one, the one we all know and love, is 9/12, 9/11, 9/11, 9/11, 9/12, 9/12. That is shape 1 of the C sharp minor pentatonic scale. And as the name suggests, the pentatonic scale has 5 notes in it. Hence, there are 5 pentatonic shapes. The second one is a perfect example of the shapes have some useful spots and some less useful spots. The second shape of the C sharp minor pentatonic scale as we orient ourselves is 12/14, 11/14, 11/14, 11/13, 12/14, 12/14. The useful thing here is the 11/13, 12/14, 12/14, so keep that in mind. And no, we're not going up to the 3rd shape of the pentatonic scale. We're going backwards to the 5th shape last. The 5th shape of the C sharp minor pentatonic scale starts out with the useful part, 7/9, 7/9, but then continues with 6/9, 6/9, less useful but not too weird, and then 7/9, 7/9. So here is the range in which we are going to do stuff. At long last, on to the first lick. I'm going to break this one up into 2. This is the first thing you hear. It's the beginning of the song. And what we're doing is we're sliding up on the G string. Use your middle finger and slide up from anywhere at all to the 13th fret. Now that's the beginning of that useful part of shape number 2, right? So slide up from anywhere to 13. And then B12. And we're going to bend B14 once, twice, 3, 4, and then you're bent. Give it 1 more pluck and unbend it. Down to 12, and then I'm going to slide up on G again to 13, and then pluck on 11. So we have first half. Now we're making an escape back to the shape we all know and love. Grab the D string 9th fret, use your ring finger because we're going to slide up 2 frets, then reach back to G9 with your pointer finger and up to G11. That's very handy on your fingers. Now we're going to bend G11 and I'm going to stop the noise at the top of the bend because I want to unbend without hearing the unbend. Then regular 11, then bend it again. At which point you're going to do the pluck unbend move, pull off to 9, and land on D11. Here it is nice and slow. Then grab B9, you're going to hammer on and pull off to the 11th fret before you play G9 and bend B12. Here's the whole thing here. that B string 11th fret strike you as curious? It may have, and that's because if you look at the C sharp minor scale, which is the scale we're in, right? The B string was 10 and 12, but not 11, which is to say that B string 11th fret is a wrong note. And the lesson here is there's no such thing as a wrong note. If you act like you meant to do it, any note can be a right note. Any note can be explained away. That's the major sixth. Here's everything we've talked about thus far, full speed. Circa 43 seconds when he says dig my earth. This one's really concise and simple, but I really enjoy this one. And this is going to use shape 5 and then go back into the shape we all know and love. We're just going to grab E string 7th fret, hammer up to 9, A7, and then reach for D9, slide up to 11, and end up on D9. I love that. Sometimes I like to name these little moves if something occurs to me, and this at 54 seconds is a move that I call 2 becomes 1, and you'll see this everywhere. Grab the E string 9th fret and the B string 12th fret. I also like to put my middle finger behind my ring finger on the B string for extra bending strength, because what we're going to do is strum both of these strings, and these two notes are going to become one note. 2 becomes 1. So, give it 1 bend, 2 bends, unbend and pull off to B9, pluck B9 once more, then grab G11 and strum G11 and B9, which is a little weird, but we're going to strum it once more and make those 2 notes become 1. Here it is slow. I bent it too far. And here it is faster. Quite a bit in this next one. This is 1 minute and 5 seconds, and it's related to the one we just talked about. We're going to play that E9 again, and of course we're in shape 1 here of the C sharp minor pentatonic scale. Play E9, but then we're done with that note. We're going to bend B12 separately, so it's like this note becomes the note that used to be happening but isn't anymore. I'm taking suggestions on names. Here we go. Then you're going to make your way down the scale from E9, but when you get to G11, give it a bend, and then play the B9. So far, this continues. Start over again on E9, and you're going to make your way down the scale all the way to D11, at which point you're going to grab G11, give it a bend, and make it short, so stop the note at the top of the bend, unbend it, and play G9. It's this thing. Whole thing coming up. And this last one, number 5, is at 1 minute and 33 seconds, and this relates very closely to one we've already done. It's going to be in shape 5. It's going to start in shape 5. We're going to do E7 to 9, A7, 9, slide up to 11, so now we're back into shape 1, right? Then grab D9, then grab D and G9, slide up 2 frets, and back down. You've got a bunch of phrases, so to speak, from all along the Watchtower, which you can now add to your move diary. And you know the context, meaning you know the key of the song and the scale and the shape each of those moves are in. So if, for instance, you're jamming with your friends or enemies, I don't know your life, and your jam is in A minor, you can move those down to where shape 1 is the 5th fret, because that's where A minor is. Also, we only got through half of the song there, only 1 minute and 33 seconds. Would you like to see a second installment of this song? Also, what other song would you like to see me do this kind of thing to? Let me know. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that was fun and helpful, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.